Hey, what is going on, everybody? You already know it's Thursday night. It's 6 p.m. and we are the NFL Weekly Pick'em Show. My name is Paul Spencer. That is Dan Connor. Over Jumping Dan. That is Dave Yarnell. Gentlemen, how are we feeling on a cold, wintry, snowy Thursday night?
Pretty good that the Eagles and Cowboys lost, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. How's everybody doing today?
You know, okay, but Dan,
I'm
since you mentioned that, a little pissed off now. I was kind of over it, but
we suck too.
yeah,
So don't
it's
worry
kind of
about
funny. Like we're actually sitting on the couch right now, and I got my buddies Dan and Dave here, all sitting on the couch, the NFC East couch, and all we need is a couple Eagles fans. We need Joe Sullivan on here to sit next to us. We need Steve Bloffman, and we could be one big happy golfing outing family. You know what I mean?
One big family.
Yeah, the division of frauds, losers, overrated. That's what the NFC East is. But guys,
thanks for bringing it up, Dan.
Yeah,
it's gonna be brought up anyway. We're gonna have to talk about it. So you might as well,
you know what?
get used to it.
You're right. We have to definitely talk about the games last week.
4 days into it, Dan, I was getting over it. Now you bring it back up again.
Oh, I was gonna show up anyway.
Yep. Insane says, how did you like my lock of the week last week? You know what, Insane? Go ahead. I'm not even going to say it. You tell everybody what your lock was. Just, you know what, boast yourself
Texans.
because
Go ahead, Insane. Show us all up.
I know my lock, kid. I'll tell you that. I know that. For sure.
Yeah, we know.
We know that. I mean, we got some money out of that one. But
Yeah,
you know,
my lock didn't work too well.
No, let's get into it. Here we go. Okay. We had 6 games. I got 4. Dan got 3. Dave got 3. Texans, guys. I told you, lock of the week, the Houston Texans. I told you to get off that Flacco train and CJ Stroud at home. And it wasn't a game. It was a domination.
I thought Myles Garrett would show up.
I thought the Browns would be better and Flacco turned the ball over, but Stroud played out of his mind. Like he played a great game.
He played well.
I thought he was. Like I never really saw him play a lot.
I agree.
He played really good. Good defense too.
I tell you what, it was we always go back and we say Ohio State quarterback. When was the last time Bobby Hoyer was really the one name that really did anything? Not really did anything, even did nothing, but we consume him as a name. But you look at all these other guys, Haskins, Dwayne, rest in peace, of course, but other quarterbacks out there. Wow, CJ Stroud, man, who would have thought CJ Stroud first playoff game ever? Team was 4-13 last year, somewhere in that area, with a rookie head coach DeMeco Ryans. First playoff game, my God, and you put up a performance like this.
They're impressive.
Wow.
Yeah, they were. Their defense was impressive too. Yeah, they look good.
Amazing.
I'm still not sold on CJ Stroud, but okay, whatever. I mean, kid's good.
A boring wild card weekend, a lot of blowouts. Yeah, if you don't want to talk about the other blowout, we don't have to. I mean, we can.
No, we don't. We can talk about the Monday night blowout. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Dave, that wasn't as bad as what we seen in another game. Okay?
I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far.
Dave, it possibly could have been the worst playoff loss in franchise history. In my
it was very surprising to a lot of people, but that way.
Yeah.
Texans were definitely impressive. I was impressed by that.
Yes, they really.
I was too. Dan. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sold on CJ Stroud, but it was cool. Whatever.
Hey, you better buy a ticket to see his performance because I tell you what, Dave, I'm in line to watch him this week. I tell you because we all talked about Flacco. 300-yard game coming in 4 out of 6.
Yeah,
playing great.
Well.
Playing great.
I thought experience would definitely make a difference in this game with experience with Flacco. I mean, he's been there, he's done that.
But the thing is, Dave, you can have good performances all throughout the season and win games with a solid defense. But the one big thing is, you turn that ball over, it's a different story, man.
Right? You guys,
And they capitalized on it too. They capitalized on that right there. And I tell you what, at home, of course they're going on the road here this week. I want to see how they play on the road.
Yeah.
It's a different story.
That's a different story. Exactly.
Yeah, you got 50,000 people screaming. It's just like Detroit. Look at that field at Ford Field. The hype crowd. They haven't seen this. Texans, same way. I want to see how they react on the road this week. But you know what? Hey, kudos to Texans, man. I tell you what. You opened my eyes, and I'll tell you what. CJ Stroud, rookie of the year right now. All automatic. DeMeco Ryans, coach of the year. Give them credit, win or lose this week. I tell you what, they played one hell of a week, man.
They had
great offensive game plan and great defensive game plan. Played in all phases, and they're well coached. You could tell.
And the one thing is, we always talk about coaches can coach, get the plays in and out, but the word is execution. And I tell you what, this team, EXECUTE, all capital letters, they executed 3 phases of the game. They did.
I have no doubt on that, and they came out swinging. That's for sure.
All right, we'll move on to the other game. It was a game. It really was a game. It was a back and forth.
Shouldn't have been. The Bills were way up in the game, and they let them back in that game.
Yeah, that was
Buffalo.
Mhm.
Good thing the Steelers don't have a very good offense, and they were consistent, because if they did,
Yeah.
I mean, they were up 21-0 and letting them back in the game. I don't like that if I'm a Bills fan, but a win is a win.
Mm-hmm.
You
A
know,
win is a win, but the way they won, Dan, it didn't look like a unanimous decision. Put it that way, like in a box.
Not until the end it didn't. Not until the end it didn't.
But exactly what Dan said. Just imagine. We know what the defense can do. They can turn it around. They can scheme in the second half to come back and start shut teams out. But just imagine, Dan, like you said, if they had old Big Ben in this situation here, the Antonio Brown, an
Steelers probably
offense
would have
like
won the
that.
game if that was the case.
Steelers, yeah, I agree. Definitely.
Mhm. Yep.
No doubt.
It says Bills won. What's that word?
Snowball gate. I don't know the other
Because
word.
of Snowball Gate.
Because of Snowball Gate.
They were throwing snowballs, and
that's right. Yeah.
and no one did nothing about it. They're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. Eddie's checking in, Paul, Dave, Danny, and of course, we already know you are still pissed. We are pissed too.
We are pissed too, Eddie. We are.
I was fan. I wouldn't be happy with my defense most of all, because he scored 32.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
hey, Dan, going back to that Bills game, did you see they were actually hiring kids to? They were giving them $20 an hour to shovel snow before the game started the night before.
The field looked great. It was like spotless.
Here's the funny thing. Okay, the game got postponed. Remember, I put in the group chat. Okay, my nephew lives up there. They had in the paper and on the radio, if you're over 18 years old, come out.
Over 18, come out and shovel.
They were actually giving them $25 an hour. I think you said
it was 20. It was 20 an hour. Yeah,
$25 an hour. And once you shovel, not even a section, like if you shovel 3 rows, because they're long ass rows, you know that. Rows, you can go back and get hot chocolate, coffee, and they had stacks like 80 boxes of pizza. The crazy thing is that was even before the game was postponed.
And you weren't even allowed to go to the game. You could just do that.
Exactly. He texted me. He was like, "Hey, Uncle Paul, do you think actually if I shovel and I go hide in the bathroom, I can make the game?" And I but that's a possibility. But you're gonna have to wait 24 hours because it's not today; it's Monday. Hey, listen, he was there for like 12 hours, and they didn't have the game that day, and he got $300, and it's under the table money. It was just a regular check. That's all it was. So hell, hey, damn.
It was so funny because my little man Hunter, he goes, "Dad, we can make some money." I'm like, "Hunter, I'm not driving 10 hours for you to go shovel to go to Buffalo."
You got stuck up there.
He's like, "Dad, I can be a millionaire." I'm like, "Hunter, he's like, Dad, I can do it." I'm like, "Knock yourself out. Go."
Well, Hunter,
you can find a ride.
Yeah. By the time we pay tolls and Dad pays gas, we'll be broke.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah. But I told him, I was like, what I would have done? I was like, screw the money. I would have said, hey, give me a ticket to the game. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Or whatever.
Yeah, but in the end, you saw that like in the end, there's nothing the Steelers can do. The matchup was a little too much in the end for them.
Yeah.
But I still don't like the Bills being up 21-0 and letting them back in the game. But like I said, they did what they had to do and made the plays to win.
Yeah.
We'll see how they do versus Kansas City.
I mean,
did you guys see every time Buffalo scored a touchdown, all the snow was going up in the air? Oh God!
You were frozen. Out there.
It's crazy.
It was like a frozen tundra, like you're playing in Green Bay or something. But yeah, exactly what you said. Just imagine, coming back from 21 down. Yeah. Imagine if they had an offense. That game would have been close in the beginning, and it could have been, who has the ball last in that kind of game. But it tells me a little bit about Buffalo moving forward. Well, they got a good offense. They can put up points against any good defense as well, even without J.J. Watt. But what happens when they play that offensive team that can actually get after them and score too, like this week too?
They got to play a lot better, not let Kansas City back in the game. If they get up in that game, they don't let them back in.
Exactly.
We'll see.
Yep. Stacey checking in. What's going on, Stacey? Says, hello, gents. It was a great weekend for football. Shut up, Stacey. If you're a Giants fan,
Stacey, go away.
This isn't like one of those. This is not one of those shows where we just come on and roast the Cowboy fans. This is not what it's about today. It's about all the other teams that congratulations to the teams that are still in, not the teams that are not in it anymore.
Not in it anymore. Yeah.
Yes. Eddie says, "Screw McCarthy." I'm on the fence with this because
and I'm on the fence too.
Yeah.
We'll get
Eileen
there.
checking in. What's going on, Eileen? How you doing?
Eileen, what's up, girl?
And we got Stacy. Yeah, but the last time that happened, people gave tickets to the game. Oh, that's what I hope. That's what I would have. I would have said like.
Yeah, I would have exactly. I would have went.
I'm sure
right.
Give me tickets to the game.
Give me tickets to the game. Sure.
Yeah,
that's what I would want.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, real quick, with that game, Eileen says Eddie still have not recovered. I know we heard it Wednesday night after the game.
Neither have we, Ed.
No, I will give one thing really quick, not to the players of Buffalo, but I'll give so much credit to the fans out there. Man, they suffered some severe weather.
They did, and they hung in there.
That's gung ho right there, man. That's die hard.
Did you see that field before that on that Sunday morning? Man, that was crazy.
What field? There was no field.
That's what I'm saying. You couldn't even see it. It was so bad.
They did a great job clearing that field. It was perfect.
Oh, they did. I have to give them credit. They did very well. Yeah.
Damn, looked like it didn't even snow.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Eddie's giving, congratulations here. Good luck to your Niners, UConn. Eddie, good luck to your Niners. Oh, boy.
No.
All right, well, that game should have been. But let's get into another game here. Oh, wow. Well, we all picked KC here. The weather. Was it the weather? What was it?
No, it was the weather, but you have to realize with Chubb out, with half their defense out, and turning the ball over, their offense was going to have to play outstanding to win the game, and they just did not. But KC defense is good. But I think it was a little bit of both. I think the matchup was pretty bad because, I just think it was a bad matchup for Miami this time. They just didn't play well on offense either.
I believe Miami had their opportunities in the game. They just couldn't capitalize. I mean, how many times they had the ball and they just couldn't do anything with it?
Nope.
Yeah, and they couldn't convert third downs. They had trouble. I mean, it was just.
I didn't like that play calling. They call a lot of plays behind the line.
Technically, they were still in the game. They were in the game. They just couldn't.
They couldn't slant to Hill.
Move the ball.
That would have been.
I think maybe one
slants all day.
And the funny thing is, like you put. The word I use a lot. You guys hear me use is scheme. When you have a smart quarterback, I'm not going to say Tua is the smartest guy in the category here, but this is week 18, brother. Week 19, really. If you think about this here, that you're playing, you don't know what a hot route is. You see the blitz coming. My God, call a check down to the slant.
Yeah,
Dan, you said it perfectly. How many backfield, what I call a Tennessee smoke screen, how many of these smoke screens are going to run to the outside receiver for no yards at all? And what you're doing is you're saying, hey, Tyreek Hill, you're the best player on the field. I'm just going to get you the ball, make something happen. That's not how you beat 1 on 11. You don't win that game.
Earlier in the game and then just stop doing it.
Exactly.
For whatever reason.
Exactly. Going
back towards that game, did you guys see Mahomes' helmet crack? That was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was insane. The whole thing just cracked, and he was mad. He wanted to keep it on his head, like, dude.
Yeah, I see that play, and I'm like, I didn't know what it was because I think one of the announcers said something like, "Oh, something flew off his helmet." Then they showed it again. I'm like, "Wow."
And they let him play like another play, and then almost let him play another play. I'm like, "What the hell is going on?"
Let's get into this really quick. Not regarding the game situation. Let's talk about how refs have been bad this season. That play right there. Okay, we always talk about the NBA. Players get calls to flop. You get legend calls is what I like to call them. Okay,
of course.
Mahomes got one because number one, that should have been a timeout. Number one, a player timeout if you want to come back in the game.
Yeah,
he went to the sidelines, had time to change his helmet, time to adjust the flaps, everything, his face mask, everything, 100%. Number one, that's a timeout. Number two, why did the hell the play clock stop? Number three, why did the game clock stop? Why did the game clock stop? Yes.
I don't know.
That to me is like, okay, you know what? Mahomes, it's the playoffs. We want you in here. We're just going to call a bogus stop the clock reason because we don't know what we're calling, but you're Mahomes. We're going to give you that. Timeout, number one, if you want him to come back on the field, call timeout. Then he can adjust his helmets, come back in the game. That's number one. Number two, the play clock stops. No, there's no timeout. It wasn't a dead ball. No. Number three, the damn game clock stopped. I'm looking at it.
I know.
How the hell is the game clock stopped? And the other coaches over there screaming like this. And I'm like, wow, it really did stop. And they weren't charged a timeout. And even Dean Damblino said, I don't never seen this before. I don't know what's going on. This is wrong. This is wrong. I mean,
granted, it was all wrong, but God, just the crack of that helmet was insane.
It was. It was. It says, screw the Queefs. And he says middle finger to
Middle finger.
middle finger to the UConn. It's all about UConn, about the Niners comment. And Scott Sheldon checked in. What's going on, Scott? How you been, brother? He said, good morning.
What's up, Scotty?
Scott.
Yeah, man. I tell you what.
Scotty doesn't know, baby. Scotty doesn't know.
Here's the one thing. That the game was a good game back and forth. It could have been a lot better. I like to see it in a not a neutral field, but a neutral weather situation. Was Miami speaking?
Yeah.
You know what that is. But
Weather's tough.
Yeah. I was on the
That
fence
weather
with
was
it.
cold, man.
But the one thing that I will never forget about this game is Mr. Frozen Icicles, Andy Reid's mustache.
His mustache.
Oh my God.
Did you see the icicles coming off that thing? That was
That's what I mean.
insane.
It was frozen. Like they were talking about it on Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce's podcast, and they were talking about it. And Jason Kelce said to him, he's like, I just have a question. Number one, how did that mustache get so wet where it turned into icicles?
Yeah, what the hell?
Like what? Like I don't get it. Like how the hell is that? I just like okay,
only Andy.
I understand big people sweat, but brother, I'm not that big. Where if I got a stash, I'm going to be sweating from my mustache turning into icicles. Honestly, you know what I mean?
Like
Yes, Stacey, it was sick. It was gross. It was so gross.
Yes, Stacey.
Dude, the snot was coming off the icicle. The snot was coming off the icicle.
That, my God! Now you know what?
That's
now
how bad it was.
Yeah, I tell you what. Now every game that I coach up here, I'm not going to have a mustache. I'm not even going to have a 5 o'clock shadow because I'm going to have that feeling like shit. If it's that cold, I'm going to have icicles on mine. Then I'm going to be a meme for somewhere.
Did you hear that? Actually, fans got hypothermia because they had their shirts off. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I would not take my shirt off for that weather.
That was sick. Those guys are insane.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh.
I love this one right here. Hey, we should do this from out of the box.
Oh,
Don't be surprised if they don't have T-shirts with the mustache on, with like Andy Reid's Frozen. We should do that. We should do that. You know,
Scott, they probably will.
I bet they do. I
Coming
bet
off
they
the
do.
ends of it.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
There's so many things you can like Andy Reid with that picture right there.
A red T-shirt with his mustache with icicles hanging on the end of it.
So gross. And they kept. Crazy thing. It was like they said, what they said? They like screw Taylor Swift. We're going to Andy Reid's mustache. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Well,
the Chiefs played well in that game.
They did.
Played well. They did their defense.
Oh, they did.
So they played.
Actually, they ran the ball well. Pacheco ran the ball pretty well too.
Dude, he runs angry, man. That's the thing with him.
He does.
I like how he runs.
He does.
He's a beast.
And nobody thought him coming out of Rutgers would be anything. That late rounding.
That kid can play.
He can play.
He fits perfectly.
He does. And the thing is, they didn't drop a lot of balls either. That's the one.
Actually, wait a minute now. Kelce dropped a few here and there.
He did, but I'm going wide receivers. Kelce, he missed a couple, but those wide receivers, they actually caught some balls. They really did.
Yeah, they made some nice plays.
Yep.
A lot of catches that usually Kelce makes, he didn't on that game.
All right, let's move on to the next game
before I go there. Hey, Dan, is Taylor getting to him?
Is Taylor what?
Is Taylor getting to him?
Nah.
It's like, is Taylor getting to him, like him dropping balls like this? It's just like,
nah, you're a professional. You're a professional.
Really, really, really cold.
Yeah, but he's not common like him, though. He doesn't usually drop like that, though.
Mm-hmm. Couple more comments from our guy. Did you see Taylor Swift's press box? It was frigid, the frozen glass. Yeah, you couldn't even see her. You couldn't even see her.
Yeah,
I know.
She was going to expose herself to the element. She would be nice and cozy and warm.
What do you guys have in the Super Bowl? I'll say Ravens and Niners. We'll get to our picks, and of course, Scott. Right after this, after we talk about recap last week, we'll go into our picks this week. Let us know if you can stay on. Let us know who you have this week. We will give you a prediction, but I don't think we'll go into the Super Bowl yet, since we're still in the second round here.
We're in still division round. Yeah.
Eileen said it's a Taylor Swift curse. I do see it in some way, but man, you're a professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're a professional. You get paid for this, regardless of who's up there. I had my mom and dad watch me playing ball before, and I didn't, they're not Taylor Swift or anything, but
I am going to predict that she will make a song about Travis Kelce when they break up.
The breakup song's already coming. The breakup song's
they ain't lasting. No way. No way.
You know what? I think they will. I think they will.
No way. No freaking way. No way.
It's coming.
Okay. I think it's a good match.
I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I know Chelsea's a Taylor Swift fan, but I'll tell you what I asked her. I was like, every guy that she's ever went out with, did she write a breakup song? She's like, yes.
Yes.
I was like, oh, Travis, you're next.
Not a single one of them.
It's happening. It's definitely happening. All right, let's move on to the next game here. Lions, guys. I'll tell you what. This is my Super Bowl team right here, the Detroit Lions.
Played well. Lions played really well. They made the plays in the end. It was a good game, though.
24-23. It was close. Very close. I thought the Rams had it.
I thought the Rams were going to win it, but I mean,
I did too.
the Detroit really made the plays they had to, and they really sealed the game in the end. You know, I think they threw the ball when I was like, "Oh, run the ball," and they threw the ball and got a first down. That was huge.
There's Lion fans were booing Stafford big time too.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? But he did take a shot at those the Lions fans too. You know, he's like,
okay,
congratulations.
And I totally forgot that Dan Campbell played for us in 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When what's his name went up to the podium, you know, after the game, he's like, you know, congratulations to the Detroit Lions players, you know, and
right.
He took a jab there, you know, was what he heard during the game. You know,
Sure.
To me, I'm a type guy. Hey, listen, you gave your heart out with Detroit with bullshit teams that you
all
had.
those years.
I mean, that to me is something that I congratulate and I respect. Number one, you know, you came back here, but it was a close game. I give you that, but Detroit. They played well enough to win, but they also played bad enough to lose.
Could have easily lost this game. They just get the plays in the end.
I thought the Rams were going to win it. I thought Rams had it.
Mm-hmm.
I really did.
Since it was a bad ref game, there was a lot of weird calls in that game as well.
Yeah.
And I think we're so used to seeing this in the NFL now, where
you expect it now.
Exactly, you expect it, but
it's common.
Me, it's very exactly, Dave. It's very common, but to me, it's like I'm okay with calls during the game, like the first, second, third quarter. But brother, I'm telling you what, you give me a bogus call in the fourth quarter that's in a close game like this, I'm pissed off as a fan, number one, regardless of what team I'm watching.
It's treated like hockey where they don't call half the stuff in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Let them play.
Well, I mean, it's just like the NBA. You know, you play, you know, touch fouls during the regular season. You get to the NBA, you know, playoffs, especially the finals.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as a tick-tack call. You got to put a body on somebody to get a call now, and it's like we see that in the NFL, but it's not. It's not. What's the word I want to look for? It's not. What's the word? All the way through. How would you say like all the way throughout the whole season? I don't know what the hell a word is here. Consistent. Thank you, Dan. It's right. The season. You know what I mean? You get some good calls, but then next week it's like, damn, he got mugged. You called that 2 weeks ago. What the hell? We know it's a personal foul here, or you know, a PI. The guy got mugged. You're not going to call that? We pick up the flag.
They call it both ways. I don't care. But
call the game both ways.
Some are really egregious.
Just be consistent on both teams. That's all.
And he says Goff tried to give it away.
He did.
Goff.
He did it many times. But I tell
he
you
said
what,
goof.
But hey, sometimes he plays like a goof, you know, honestly. But you know, they played enough to win the game, you know, but they have to get it right. And I know Dan Campbell's that type of guy in the press conference that says he's a damn good coach. I mean,
Dan Campbell's a very good coach. He's very he's not afraid to take chances either. That's what I like about him.
But we know that. I mean, look what happened the last play of our game, Dave. Hey, I'm going.
That's what I'm saying. He went for 2-3 times.
And it's not the first time. It's not the first time in a season two he's done. He's done that 3 times this year.
I mean, I would have kicked the extra point with overtime, but not in. No.
All right. Well, you know what? Hey, they move on, but wow, we really got to talk about this game. We won't spend a lot of time on there. I'm just going to say, what the F happened here? Because
what happened to the defense?
That's my question. That's what blew blew my mind. I couldn't.
Crap! What did they get down 24-0?
It was 27-7.
27-7 was the worst in the first half.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Dan, what killed me was the very first drive. They went 74 yards and scored, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Well,
you just knew. You knew right there.
Well,
like that Green Bay set the tone.
The second drive, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Because I thought the Cowboys would respond, but they didn't have any response for it.
Nothing.
No. The game plan for Green Bay was great.
Yeah. Here's what I told Dave on our show. I was like, I like getting the ball first because I like to come down and score, put 7 on the board, make you look at that scoreboard and say, exactly, look at that scoreboard and say, damn, we're already down 7-0.
Yep.
Green Bay won the toss. They elected the ball number 1. Yes, I understand Dallas.
No, you're wrong.
Why am I
Dallas won the toss. And
sure about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Dallas won the toss, and they like to play defense first.
I thought it was the other way around, but who gives a fuck
Nope,
about
I don't think so. Nope.
I thought Green Bay won the toss.
It said
The surprising thing was about the game, they ran down their throats.
They did.
You can't stop.
I'm opposite of Paul, Dan. Myself, I'd rather play defense first, get the ball in the second half. That's just me.
I'd rather play defense first.
I would too.
That way, if I'm down, I get the ball back.
Exactly.
I do a lot do that too, but it depends who I'm playing. If I know this game's going to be an outreach game, I like to have the ball. I like to defer the ball, get the ball late in the second half. During the first half, bring the ball down, get the ball again, because I challenge my team 2-minute warnings. I do that a lot. But this game here, Dave, I told you this game gave me bad feelings because when I seen Dallas do one thing on defense, the first series pointing here,
That's not good.
I was like, you got to be
They're fighting
kidding.
with each other.
There was even a play, Dave, where I said Parsons looked at Marquise Bell and said, where? It sounded like he said where, but he was pointing. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, like, this son of a bitch don't know where he's going either. They don't know what coverage they're in. But the one thing, too, I went back and watched that game a little bit, Dave, from the time we talked about our show. The one thing that Dallas struggles with is, yes, they struggle with a fullback, juice deck in situations with Niners. Green Bay doesn't run a fullback. But what did they run more than anyone I've ever seen this year versus any other team? You know what it was? I went back and watched this. Something I preached all season that we're good at with our situational depth chart. Where are we deep at on offense?
Wide receiver?
No, not wide receiver.
Running back?
Tight ends.
Tight ends. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's our tight. Yeah,
They
tight
ran 12 personnel and 13 personnel,
Smart.
almost 50% of the game. Do you know why? Because they ran, Aaron Jones just ran obsolete all
And
over
I
the Dallas
said to
Cowboys.
you, who was the one guy on that offense I was afraid of?
Well,
Aaron
Jones.
I wouldn't be afraid of him. I would give Matt LaFleur so much credit because he put an extra down blocker in there to say, you know what? We can beat you with Aaron Jones, but you know what? You can't beat 6-on-4, 6-on-5 when we put an extra tight in there.
It's a good
That-
game plan by
It
them
was
offensively.
what did I say? It's a chess match. I always use that term. Dan Quinn, Mike McCarthy, brother, they were playing checkers. Okay?
They were out coached. They were.
When
Entirely.
LaFleur was playing chess out there, he really was. He put him in positions, and that's the best thing you can do. Huge game with the rookie quarterback, Jordan Love, coming in this game.
Love played unbelievable.
You know what?
Too.
And my thing is like,
man.
yes, my thing is like, yes, you're a rookie,
Man.
rookie guy coming in here. We're going to solidify the run. We're going to make it easier for you to run this game. But you know what? So much credit where Jordan Love just said, you know what? Thank you for the run game, but let me throw the ball and watch what happens.
There was no pressure on Love. They couldn't sack him.
It was bad, man.
They couldn't stop the run.
That one play that Love made where he ran to the right and he
God
backpedaled.
Yes.
Planted and threw. I was like, man, like that.
Yeah, Dave and I were
was
talking
an
about that.
amazing play.
And I tell you what, that reminds me of where you sit back and Dan, you're the starting QB and I'm the clipboard guy. And I watch you play. That reminds me of Aaron Rodgers, just running the ball, side arm the ball off the back toe. That's what Jordan Love looked like.
That touchdown he had, he kind of threw it half sidearm like a rabid defender.
Yes.
I could half see the guy and threw a ridiculous throw. Ridiculous play for him.
Stacey says, I made a Cowgirls. You know what, Stacey? You're bad. See, that's why you're going to go to hell, Stacey. You know, I always told you back in high school, one day you're going to go to hell. And you know, after that, what you just did to that little bitty girl, you're going to hell for that, Stacey. You really are. You're bad. You're bad. And he says, I hope Daniel Jones is given a lifetime extension by the time. I doubt that one too. But
next year is probably going to be his last year. He'd have to have like 4,500 yards and 35 touchdowns.
Dan, is he QB1 next year?
Probably if he's healthy.
He's got to be. He's got to be.
Okay. I'm just asking. I'm checking.
If they don't fix their O-line, it don't matter.
So I mean, the way Tyrod Taylor played, I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, but you're talking $45 million to $5 million. You know what I mean? You can't do that.
I get it. No, I get it.
Scott says, I can't say a damn thing about anyone else seeing my Eagles are a major issue, starting with how the hell do you forget to tackle to each other in Pee Wee football?
Their
Things like football team Michigan.
Man.
Remind me of what's like to tackle. We'll definitely talk about that game. You know, enough with the Cowboys game. It was this day shellacking of three sides of the game here.
But before we leave that Cowboy game, your boy Ferguson did have a good day, and I said you said that in the pregame show.
Listen, you know what?
Good. He's a good tight end.
Dan, I know you don't watch the Cowboy show, but Dave and I
know how good Ferguson is.
I said I was on the last 6 weeks. I said I'm going to take this bet until it hits.
Did you guys draft him?
Yes.
The rookie?
Yes. Yep.
Second year.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Wisconsin?
Who, Ferguson?
Yeah.
Ferguson, yeah.
Ferguson is from Hendershot's from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yep. Ferguson, I'm not really sure where he came from, honestly. I don't even know where he came from.
Looked up.
But I've been taking this bet for the last 6 weeks. Tight ends, I've been saying, give me three touchdowns from the tight ends. Finally, it was all Ferguson this week. So I cashed out. I think it was God saying, hey, Paul, you know what? You've been a Cowboys fan. We want to give you a little bit of bone here. Here's a couple of dollars.
Here's a loss, but here's a
couple of dollars
for your tight end.
Yeah.
Dak got in a rhythm fourth quarter too late. That's for sure. Man.
Oh, well, Dave, that's why they call it a 60-minute game, not a 57-minute game.
Yeah, he was playing. Yep.
Stacey says, who's to say we aren't already there? Hell, that my team's there, your team's there. The whole NFC East is there. We're in hell. You know.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to let's talk about Sheldon's team here. Here's my thing. I'll start. I took the Eagles. Dallas Cowboys.
You did.
Listen, Dallas Cowboy has a talented roster, the top elite roster in the NFL. The Eagles, same way. How the hell, at least I can think, how the hell can you lose 6 out of 7 games going to the back end of your season? You got to put this right somehow.
That's why I didn't pick them, because they were struggling mightily.
That's why I didn't pick them either.
We kicked their ass, even though A.J. Brown was hurt, but no A.J. Brown in this game, and their defense just was horrific in this game.
Did Baker Mayfield carve up that linebacker day or what?
The Eagles are not very good on the back end.
That's what I'm saying.
Their secondary is just struggling. Baker
tore them up.
If they would have went to the playoffs and won 3 or 4 in a row, then yeah. But they were just playing totally inconsistent in all phases.
Here's my thing.
I don't know how much Hurts' finger had to do with it. He dislocated his finger.
He did throw the ball well. I thought he threw the ball pretty good.
But man, they just played bad in all phases. The Eagles.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. You talk about Slay. You talk about Slay and Bradbury.
Bradbury got burned.
On the Cowboys, we call some people Anthony Toast Brown. We call Kelvin Joseph the castaway. But you know what? I'm telling you right now, Bradbury, you're worse. You're worse than them two.
No, wait,
you really are.
Dan, how many drop balls did Tampa Bay have in that game? Are you kidding me?
Okay, there was a touchdown to Evans, a walk-in touchdown on that.
And in the end zone, he dropped it. It was right in his hand.
There was a slant to Otto, the tight end.
Dropped it right in his hands.
Green grass in front of him.
I'm telling you, Baker put some good balls on the money. He dropped them all out of them. I mean, at least 6 balls, 6 or 7.
That was 14 points. But Dan, I want to go back to what you said. Talking about the Miami Dolphins. How many not slant plays do you not run? How many bubble screens do you run? My God, when you talk about fundamental schematic football, easy to read, you watch the Eagles play, it's like, holy shit, they got 2 wide receivers on the outside. He's not covered. It is a Tennessee smokescreen right away.
Yeah,
and they run it so many times.
And another thing I was surprised by, the O-line didn't play well for the Eagles.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I just had a feeling that they're going to have a tough time just based on the way they were playing. And they're so inconsistent. You don't want to stumble into the playoffs like that.
Well, Baker was definitely on. There's no doubt about that. And,
yep.
Yeah, and Tampa's defense is decent. They're good.
It's not bad.
They're good. They play like a team defense, fundamental football. Todd Bowles, we know what he is. He's a defensive guy. He's always been a defensive guy, even when he was in Philadelphia.
He was in Philadelphia, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a coach for Philadelphia.
I thought he was.
He was always a defensive-minded coach. He's always been a blitz category, And you think about what he does. He preaches fundamental football. Missed tackles, that's not acceptable. The Eagles, on the other hand, it was just like, my God, it's just like, you can't tackle with your head down, number one,
No.
And to me, arm tackling, I get so pissed off when I see arm tackling. I want that shoulder in your body. To me, that's me.
Yeah.
I preach that. And my thing is, it's all about, in Pee-wee football, just like Scott said, Pee-wee football. I coach Pop Warner now with JV level, but it's all about angles and schemes, brother. You know what I mean? You got a guy, you're not on an island, number one. You got a linebacker or safety out there. What is your best friend playing corner? Where do you want to push the guy? Not to the inside of the field. You want to push him to the boundaries, the sideline, because that's an extra defender. Yeah, Bradbury on certain plays, he looks there, he goes to the side, he pushes him inside. Why do you do that? That's fundamental football, number one.
Yeah.
It's angles and fundamental. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, to me, even the Cowboys games, I want to clip a lot of the game and show my team next year and say, this is not how not play the football. This is not how to tackle. This is not how to play, fundamental football. It's that bad,
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, but you know what, Dan, go into those comments real quick. I'm going to pull up the next banner here so we can move on to the next week here.
Let's see. Bob Patricia's not good DC. I don't know why he was the defensive coordinator in the first place.
Yeah. I couldn't figure it out.
Scott says, I didn't pick my own team. We made Mayfield look like Brady. Tom Brady screenplays. They don't work. And by the way, we run the ball and then stop with the run. Game is like,
you think about that real quick. No, you think about that real quick. We'll talk about that for a second here. Scott, you're exactly right. I mean, that game right there, you run the ball. DeAndre Swift comes out, gets 3 carries on the first 2 sets there, gets over 20 yards on the first 3 carries.
They stop running.
Then you abandon the run. What the hell is that? What is that? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I can't.
You know, and with them, it's pick your poison. Gainwell is more of a slot back who can get downfield. He can get out on tosses. Why not use him there? Use DeAndre Swift inside. He's not an outside runner anymore. He has the speed, but he's a bang runner up the middle off tackle. Use him there. Use Gainwell. Use Scott. Why not? I mean,
I'll tell you.
15 carries
but
the whole game.
Let's give Devontae Smith some credit. That boy had a good day. Come on,
he's good, man. He's good.
Yeah.
That guy, he's a good receiver.
Devontae Smith, 8 receptions, 148 yards.
That kid can play, man.
Ran the ball 29 times. The Eagles 15.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
10
That's
for
insane.
Swift.
That's insane.
1 for Hurts and 4 for Gainwell.
How many carries did Rashad White have, Dan?
18 for 72 yards.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So he outcarried the entire Philadelphia offense, basically.
Yeah, by
Wow.
Yeah, by like 30 yards.
You know, Scott
I like him. I had him for fantasy. Good player.
Yep. Scott sums it up very easily. You know, it's called stupidity. I agree with you 100%. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I took the Eagles there, of course, as you've seen on my banner. How can you lose 6 or 7 games with an elite roster like that? But Scott, you summed it up. Yeah, Scott, you summed it up for me. It's called stupidity. You know, on my part, picking them. And this
one of the strengths of their team is running the ball.
Bad coaching.
With line,
you
run the ball. With AJ Brown out, you got to establish your run.
You have to. You know?
All
right. Well, let's move on to this week here. We're down to the final 8 here. We're down to the final.
Final 8.
None of our teams are in this, so there is no heart picking anymore. You know, it's just like, okay, now we have to pick the teams that we think are going to win here. No more heart picking. You know, bleed with your heart here. So let's go into the first game. Well, Dave, you're taking the number 1 seed, arguably the number 1 seed in the NFL here. You're taking the Baltimore Ravens. Dan,
absolutely.
Texans. I'll let you go first since you got to give me a lone wolf first.
Me or Dave?
Dave has to give me the lone wolf. He's taking the Ravens.
The lone wolf? I'm the lone wolf. I'm the lone wolf?
Yeah.
Oh, Lamar all day.
But you got to give me a lone wolf, brother. You got to give me a lone wolf. That's how we do this here.
Lone wolf. True.
I need to hear the wolf. I didn't hear a wolf today, Dave. Hey, all right. Come on.
Happy now?
Yeah.
No, I like the Ravens in this game. I do. I like the running game. I love their defense.
Lamar?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, he's playing out of his mind right now. Ravens are hot. I love John Harbaugh. I am a fan. I think he's a great coach. And the running game's good. And they have a good receiving core. I just think they're the better team. Hands down.
Okay. Dan, what about you? Why are we taking the Texans here, brother?
I think the Texans are going to get a lot of momentum the way they played. And I think they're going to upset the Ravens. It's just a feeling. I think Stroud's going to play game. I think they're going to win a close game. I think it's going to be high scoring, but I think they're going to beat them. I think they're going to beat Baltimore. I know it seems impossible, but I think the Texans match up well with them.
I agree. I think the way C.J. Stroud's playing right now, debut, what he played, dropping 41 on him, looking great. You know, nothing else to prove, but the sky's the limit for this kid. You know, you already did what you came here to do. You already been on expectations, put it that way. And I understand, Dave, Lamar Jackson is arguably going to be the MVP this season. But here's the thing. We always talk about Dak Prescott and certain quarterbacks. You can win during the regular season. What have you done in the playoffs? We know his record.
Lamar's on that list. Yeah, I agree. Well, I think this is his time.
What is he in the playoffs here? And this Texan team, brother, you already know they can play solid D. You know, DeMeco Ryans is a smart linebacking coach, you know, defensive coordinator to say, you know what? Let's take away the best player on the game. I'm going to go Belichick. Let's take away Lamar Jackson. You know, I'm going to put a spy on him all day long. And it might not be the best linebacker. It might be the fastest. It might be the fastest safety I have on the team to stick with this kid to shadow. And number 2, this Texan team, man, it can score at a drop of a dime. It can score fast. In Baltimore, if they get behind, I don't care you have Lamar Jackson. You don't come back quick with the running of a quarterback. You got to throw that ball downfield. Advantage Texans to me. I'm going to go Texans. It's an upset.
I like Baltimore. They're at home too. They do play well at home. Like I said, their defense is strong. I mean, come on, they have a good
agree with that. I agree with that. I just the only thing is Stroud has not been in the playoffs, but I still would like to see Lamar Jackson prove that he can play well in the playoffs.
Yeah. You know,
that's really the factor.
Yeah, Eddie says Devontae is a soft diva, not a soft. Isn't a soft. I agree with 100%.
Yeah, I like Smith. I wanted him.
Dude, Devontae's that kid. That kid can jump. I mean, he's good. He's just a good.
I wanted Devontae Smith, and he's taken ahead of us.
There we go. We got all the comments for our game. Stacy's taking the Texans as well. She's on the same boat as us. Eddie says I'm taking Houston in an upset. I agree. Lamar Jackson is a playoff no-show. I agree with that. That's why one of the
Another
reasons why
reason I'm taking the Texans, I like a team playing the week beforehand.
Yes,
rather than
that's a
team
great point.
sitting
you like that. You like that momentum going to the next round.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
it.
I would rather play than sit. I
Mhm.
would rather play than be off for a week.
I just think
Even
coaching
though-
matters, and
It does. but
Harbaugh's the
DeMeco
best.
Ryans is a good coach.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see what his game plan is going to be.
I agree. Eddie says C.J. Stroud was a better quarterback than Lamar this year.
I agree with that.
I would agree with that one too. But you look at Lamar's legs; that's what got
More
him in this
dynamic.
Yeah,
category.
but
He's dynamic.
Lamar
That's
can
the word.
run, Lamar can throw, Lamar can do a lot
That's
of
really the
things.
danger. Like if they could just slow him down, you're not going to stop Lamar. But if they could let him not run
Contain
all
him,
over the
contain
place
him,
and
contain him, yes.
him at
Mhm.
least a little bit
Mhm.
and get a lead in that game, like 10, 14 points, they'll be in good shape.
Okay.
But
There you go. Insane is going to jump on your side there, Dave. He's going to say Ravens win. So you're not the lone
All
wolf.
right,
Eddie,
at least I'm not
Eddie-
the only one.
Eddie's at the house howling too. Eddie's at the, I'm sorry.
I'm not on
Insane
the
at
island
house.
by myself.
Lamar is the most valuable. Oh, I love that one. Lamar is the most MVF, the most valuable fraud. Okay. I like that one. I like that one. Scott says, fellas, it's been real, brother Paul. Side topic. When are you guys on, Dave? Tomorrow night, correct?
That would be Saturday night,
Saturday night.
10 o'clock.
Royal Rumble talk.
Saturday night, 10 o'clock, we'll be talking Royal Rumble and Raw and SmackDown.
There we go. Yep. Saturday night, 11 p.m. Scott, appreciate you checking in, brother.
10
Hope
p.m.
all's well.
10 p.m. 10.
Thank you. Yeah.
10 p.m.
Scott, thanks for checking in, brother. It's been a minute. We talked all the time.
And we do have a guest on the show, too. I'm not sure who it is, but I know we have a guest on the show.
Well, how the hell do you have a guest that don't know his name?
He said it so fast, I didn't get a chance to see his name real quick. But I know we have
His
a guest.
name is Phil Haney.
Phil Haney, thank you. Okay.
He will be on the show with me tomorrow night doing the NFC.
Yes. Okay, I never met Phil for the first time, so I'm excited.
Good dude. You better get your shit ready because he knows a lot. He knows a lot.
I'm
about
sure he
wrestling.
does, and I'm excited. I'm excited to do this show with Phil, who I've never met before the first time. So.
Hey, it's all good. I never met him either, but I did quite a couple shows.
See, there you go. I never met the man.
Eddie says Baltimore's defense has some brain farts at games. I agree with that. They are solid, but
they do have the best
football,
kicker
man.
in the game. So come on now.
No bullshit. I thought you said Aubrey was the best kicker in the game.
He is, but Tucker's number 2. It's a tie.
No, Dave. No.
I love them both. Come on.
No.
You know I'm a kicker guy.
I know you are. That's why it was hard to kind of puzzle that you said that. The best.
No,
kicker
I love
Yeah.
Automatic. He's my favorite. He is.
All right, real quick. Mike Powerton, thanks for checking in, brother. He's got Chiefs over the Bills, Ravens over the Texans. So you got another guy on the Ravens wagon there, Dave.
There you go.
Right.
Thank you.
Lamar can run. Yes, he can, and that's it.
That's it.
I want to see what he does. Like I said, a lot of quarterbacks get judged on what they do in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson is my Dak Prescott. Dak's
Lamar just got paid too. Lamar just got paid too.
Well, now you got paid. You're your own agent. You banked on yourself. Now it's time to show me what you do.
That's why I like it. His own agent.
His thing he bitched about, I can run the ball. You don't give me the weapons. Well, you went out and got a great wide receiver in the draft. You got OBJ who plays when he wants to play. You got weapons. Now shut up and play ball. Show me what you can do. You know what I mean?
They have Zay Flowers, right? They have Zay Flowers, right?
Yes. Yeah. This is what I want to see what you can do.
Okay.
Yep. Your time. All right. So Dave, you know what? We're going to continue the lone wolf here, brother, because you are going lone wolf again. You are going Andy Reid icicle, mustache.
I am.
You're going Chiefs.
You're
going Chiefs.
I have to.
All right. Well, give it to me. Let me hear it.
You're killing me with this.
It ain't gonna be the last time you're doing that tonight.
I know. I'm aware of it.
All right, so once again, why are you taking the Chiefs?
Man, like I said, I'm going to go piggyback off Dan what he just said. They're taking that momentum into this game, and I think they can go in there and stun Buffalo. I really do. I think it.
Wow. Dan.
I love Pacheco. The kid is a good running back. Kelsey's going to have a good day. I just think if they hang around, they got a shot to win this thing.
Dan.
And my homeboy, here's to say, you can have a good day.
I think the Bills are going to get it done finally this time. Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
They get home. I think Allen will play well. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Bills are going to pull this one out. This is just a feeling I have. I think this.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do it. I think.
Why? Because they're home.
They're home. And this is the first away game in the playoffs for Mahomes. Not that I know people think it doesn't matter, but I think the Bills are going to be able to play well and beat Kansas City finally in the playoffs.
I agree with you. 2 comments. One, Stacey's playing it exactly what I want to say here. Of course, let's go Buffalo. But this one here, The Chiefs are on the road. We know Mahomes has never played a road playoff game in his career, number one. Okay.
That's true.
Other than the Super Bowl, of course. But this is what it is. Bills Mafia is going to bring the noise because we know Chiefs Kingdom, Red Kingdom out there plays a big factor in there. Like you see Taylor crowd surfing, swag surfing, whatever the hell you want to call it. Well, guess what? This is Buffalo. Dude, this is the only place I see freaking idiots jumping off 20-foot ice mountains.
Buffalo's known to mess up once in a while.
On fire.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Like this, I think this is here exactly like Dan said. I think they flipped this here because who would have thought Buffalo would even be in the playoffs right now 5 weeks ago, honestly.
And this also is the Steelers. The matchup, I think, is solid for the Bills defensively versus their offense. Mm-hmm. And their offense versus defense, I think Josh Allen is playing better and running the ball more. Oh. And when you run the ball, I think they're a little bit tougher to beat, I would say. But the only thing that disturbs me is they let Pittsburgh back in that game. But the matchup is pretty good for Buffalo, and I think they'll play well.
I think they put Allen in situations to just be Josh Allen. We can see bonehead Josh Allen. We can see that in times. We know that. Yeah. It might be there to cost you a game. But I think they put the ball in his hands. You have to. I think you're going to see a lot of running game here. We know. I can't say. I can say home field.
That's what I think. Not to cut you off, but that's what I think Kansas City's going to do. They're going to run the ball. That's what Indy's going to do.
Well, I think Buffalo can do that too. You got a two-headed dragon. You got James Cook and you got Josh Allen. But this game here, I can't say weather conditions because both teams play in negative 20-degree weather.
Exactly.
They both play in the cold.
That doesn't affect anybody.
So that's not going to be a factor in the game.
Yeah, there's no excuses. Nope. You can't catch a ball in cold weather. Both these teams play outdoors in cold weather. There's no excuses with that. I think this is going to be another chess match where McDermott has to outcoach, Andy Reid here, of course. What's his name? The defensive coordinator. What's his name? Spangio.
Yep.
He has to outcoach. No, Steve, the guy that's from the Giants.
Spagnuolo. Yep.
He has to be outcoached. It's going to be a chess match either way. And these teams know each other.
Gotta love Spags, though. You gotta love Spags.
Of course I do.
Lacey says, been there, seen that about the people jumping off. I see them jumping off the ice. Buffalo did beat KC this season.
Was that week 4?
Buffalo beat no wide receiver. I agree. I think Buffalo, this is the week here. I think they're going to take it to them. And I think that defense from Buffalo is just going to
they're play solid on defense.
They're solid. I think they play a little bit stronger up front. Not front four, but I think they play stronger on this wide receiver unit because I understand you played good last week, not dropping a lot of balls, but 1 out of 17 weeks where you catch balls, it doesn't show me consistency. So I think Buffalo holds the advantage there to me. I give them that. And Josh Allen, man, Josh Allen is just another beast. He's a beast when he plays.
Ever since they got fired, they got the change around, got rid of the offense coordinator.
Brady,
much better.
Yeah, ever since Brady's came over, that's what I think flipped the season for him. Honestly,
I think Josh Allen with his legs and he's going to be able to make plays and their defense. I think they'll be able to beat the Chiefs.
Agree. Okay. All right, we'll go on to the next game here. We're all unanimous here. Yeah. I'll start with this one. I was on the fence. I was about to take Green Bay.
I was too.
Together. I really was.
I almost took Green Bay, but I think this time the matchup is tough. San Francisco hasn't played, but their defense is much better. I think it's better than Dallas's to be honest. Well, they're playing much better than Dallas was.
This was one of the games where I said, team that shouldn't be there, Green Bay, a team with playing house money when you're playing with momentum, beating the 2 seed at home. You're win right there.
For sure.
But you're going to San Francisco and playing arguably one of the best teams in the NFL, who is off last week. And the key word here, 100% healthy.
Yeah, when they're healthy,
Debo, Kittle. I mean, the list goes on and on with that team. I just don't see it.
McCaffrey,
Ayuk, Brady, Purdy. It's just I just think, to me, Kansas City's. I'm sorry, not Kansas City. San Francisco's offense is so much stronger than what Green Bay's defense is. I think it's.
Yeah,
I got to give it to San Francisco.
I think Green Bay will be in the game.
I agree. I think
San Francisco is tough. I think the matchup favors them.
Yeah, Eileen says with the healthy McCaffrey. Let's just say San Francisco. There was no buys in the first round. They played last week. They won, unanimously. But in that situation with the healthy McCaffrey, I got to go San Francisco. If he would have
Yeah.
played last week, got some bangs and
He
bruises,
is so tough,
maybe,
man.
maybe that would have put me like, okay, you know what? I'm a little bit 50-50 now with the injury or whatever.
Yep.
Playing last week, getting hit that much. But, man, when you talk about health, Debo, Kittle, this offensive line, the D-line,
It's
the linebackers,
insane.
a healthy
Pick your
Purdy.
poison.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I got to go with health here. Talent and health equal win to me, regardless of, house
Totally
money,
agree.
momentum. I got to go with the Niners here. I have to go
Yep.
with the Niners, man.
Mm.
I have to go. All right, let's
agree.
move on to the other game here. Dave, I'm not going to let you get out of here without another lone wolf, brother.
Arrgh!
Dave, Baker Mayfield. Dave,
He's hot.
Baker
He's hot.
He's hot. Okay. Dave,
He's hot right now. He's hot. His running games. I love Rashad White. I'm a fan. I love this kid. I think he's got all the skills. Baker's on fire. Dude, Evans is due for a big game. He dropped a few on Monday night, which he should have had. Yeah, I love Otten, the tight end. They have a lot of weapons. I'm going with the Bay in this game. I think they can go in there and get the win.
Okay, Dan, before you go, I'm going to come at Dave really fast with this one. Okay.
And Todd Bowles is doing a hell of a job out there. So come on.
Dave, here's the thing. I want to ask you something. You said Baker Mayfield is hot right now, right?
He is.
Is it a product of being hot last week or just beating absolutely the worst damn defense that we've seen in the NFL?
Hey, you take that momentum. You take that momentum and go into Detroit. I think he can do that. I really do.
I think Detroit's going to sack the hell out of him, but
I think Aiden Hutchinson goes crazy this week.
I
really do. I really do. I think Detroit has so many weapons, man. And listen, they give up points. We know that in close games. They can lose a game, they can win
30.
a game.
They're not
I agree.
They're going to score points, man. That's why I think they're going to win the game.
Tampa has nothing to lose. They're going to go in there and get the win.
Neither does Detroit, though. And Detroit's at home.
Yeah, but Detroit's at home.
I just think, I don't know. I think the Lions are just a better football team.
Okay.
Weapons, coaching. I got to go with Detroit here. Detroit, man, listen. God, it's been how long? You're like worse than the Dallas Cowboys here in franchise history. 0-16 years back. You finally win a division.
Yep.
You got a chance to get to the NFC Championship game here. Momentum, the crowd, 80,000, whatever you want to be. They're going to be rocking at Ford Field. I got to go Lions. But, guys, before we talk into this game here, I want to ask
Baker, the captain of the ship, and he's going to steer it down Detroit. They're going to go in there and get that win.
You can't steer down Detroit. You got to go up to Detroit.
Up Detroit. You know what I meant.
Okay. But here's my question to you guys. I want to play reporter for a second, okay? I want to play reporter real quick. Both of you guys are the head coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, okay? Dan, I'm going to go with you first, okay? Hey, Dan, congratulations on beating the Philadelphia Eagles this week. You're going up to Ford Field. Is the weather going to be a factor for you when you guys play this week? How are you prepared to play Detroit Lions in cold
That was great.
In cold weather conditions? How are you prepared to play there? How?
Yeah, Dan, how are you prepared to play there?
They play in the dome. They play inside. I love the way he's like, you can tell that woman don't watch anything.
No.
Like you would think if you could ask a question on national television, you would get that right.
I put that reel on Twitter. I put it on Twitter, and I said, I was like, two things. I don't want to. They didn't put her name out there. I was like, I don't want to discredit the reporter, the beat writer, for asking the question. I get it's been 50 years since you've seen the playoffs. I get that. I get that point. But number two is, have your credentials been revoked after that question? You know what I mean?
Well, coming off the bus, it'll be a little chilly, and then going into the stadium.
I give Todd Bowles so much credit as a professional for the way he answered. Just like
when he said that, I cracked up. That was so funny.
When he paused for a second, he's like, "I really want to say this bitch is crazy. This kid is stupid." Number one, but the way he said it, he was just like, "No, it's not a factor." I mean, we only have to spend 20 seconds to get off the bus into the Ford Field. So it's not really a factor. Like, if that was me, you know me, I would have said, like,
and then he goes, I think we'll be okay.
If that was me, I would have played into it a little bit different. I would have said, you know what, that's a great question.
You should be like, the weather?
Yeah, well, that's what I would have done, Dan. I would have played into it. I would have said this. I was like, that's a great question, because the fact that my team doesn't play in weather like that. But I after this meeting here, after this, press conference, I got to go to my team and tell them, please pack extra weather socks, extra pair of boots, grandma's mittens, because that 20 seconds from the bus to there, that could be a really
It could be a really. It could.
Yeah. So
Hey,
thank you for telling me that.
From the hotel to the stadium.
Yes,
That wind could blow the wrong way. Who knows?
I could not believe that when she said that. I could not believe it when she said that. Oh,
I just love when Bull said, "I think we'll be okay." I think that was great. Great answer.
Stacey says it right there. Todd is great. I love just the look on his face where it's like
classic.
You know he wanted to laugh. You've seen that laugh.
Of course he did.
Like,
he didn't want to be. He didn't want to be rude to the reporter for saying that. So
Here's a question: do you think she still has a job?
Yeah,
I don't know. So. I think she does. I think
it's something she just doesn't report on very much.
I just don't think she realized Detroit was home. Was an indoor field. Man.
That's how she don't watch anything.
Oh
She's
God,
just a reporter.
it's insane.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah,
don't do this.
Yep. All right, you know what? Before we get out of here, I got to get the chaperone on Dan. Dave, I know you got to pick up your daughter. Dan, you got to find Gavin. Gavin, your bear in the house. So
Gavin's behind me.
Is he okay? All right, here we go. Lock of the week. Dan, what was your lock last week? I moved my stuff around.
Chiefs, maybe.
Chiefs. Okay. You took the Chiefs.
Maybe.
All right.
I forget.
Okay, you took the Chiefs. Dave, who did you take last week?
I had Cleveland.
Oh, okay. And I took the Texans. Okay. All right.
I took Cleveland.
Bills. I don't know, but they both won. So.
All right. So how about we talk about this? There's last week. So how about we do this week? Here we go. Give me the lock of the week. Since Dan, you were right. I was right. Dave, you were wrong. You know what? It's time to flip the script here. I'll let you go.
It's a first. It's a first for everything.
Hey, it is what it is. I'll give you credit. You took the Eagles a couple weeks ago. You got that one. This week, you got
taking the Lions.
You're going Lions. Okay, Dan jumped in. He said, "Screw you, Dave. I'm going Lions." Dan, that's the smartest one I wanted to.
I almost picked the Texans, but
all right. Where you going, Dave? Since you're lone wolf here, arguably, I'm not going to agree with you wherever you go on this one. So you can't take the Lions.
I can't take the Lions. I'm gonna say San Francisco.
San Francisco. Okay, a 9-point favorite.
Over Green Bay.
9-point favorite. You're going Green Bay?
Mm-hmm. I said Frisco. Okay. Frisco over Green Bay.
San Francisco. Okay. So Dan has
the
Lions. You have the Niners. You know what?
Yep.
Here I go. I am going the underdog. The underdog right here. Upset of the year. New coach. New starting quarterback CJ Stroud. The Ohio State franchise QB coming into the NFL. CJ Stroud upsets the Baltimore Ravens. That's right. The Houston Texans for my second lock of the week. Back to back, the Houston Texans beat, as my boy Eddie said, the MVF, the most valuable fraud in the NFL, gets taken out this week. The Houston Texans beat Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens by not 1, by not 2, by not 3, by not 4, by not 5, by 6 points. Book it.
Wow.
Book it.
Okay.
And Lamar Jackson doesn't get over 60 yards carrying the ball this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm lone wolfing that shit. I know that.
You are lone wolfing that.
Well, hey, listen. Anything can happen in NFL playoffs, man. Listen, the two
seed don't we know?
We already
don't
know.
we know?
We already know.
Not just knocked out.
Yes. Yeah,
no, yeah, I love how they say, Dan. I love how they say, "Oh, the 7th seed, the first time it beat the 2 seed." Well, it's the first time the 2 seed ever lost to the 7th seed.
There's only been a 7 seed for like 2 seasons. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Come on.
I don't know if it means much right now.
Yeah, and I think it's the worst loss in playoffs franchise history for the.
It has to be. It has to be.
Jeez.
It's got to be.
In my eyes, it has to be.
I think so.
Hey,
that's worse than the Dez catch.
Yeah. Eddie says I would have mocked the hell out of her. I would have too, Eddie. That's what I would do, and I would have played into it and had fun with that one too. I would have.
That's what I said.
I'm surprised he did. I'm surprised. I mean, being Todd Bowles as the professional he is, I think I would have too. I would have fun with it, but I
would have said, yeah, the grandma socks. I got to tell the players I got to get my grandma mittens out. I got to do all this because I really didn't think about that. Thank you, because that could have
get the heavy jackets out.
If my guys from Tampa would have brought the windbreakers up and not the winter parkas, I think that
right, exactly.
Thank you for telling me that. Eddie says it must have been Jamil Hill that asked that question. I don't know who it was. I'm trying to find out who that was.
No idea.
When I find out on Twitter, I am going to be messaging her and say, you know what? I thought the same damn thing.
I thought it was hysterical. When you put that out there, I thought that was so funny. I really did.
I seen it live. I'm watching it live, and I'm like, I gotta get the real. I gotta get the real. This to put in the group chat. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
So Stacey says And of course, it has to be the woman asking, like, well, Stacey, everybody's not as smart as you during football season. You know that. You know that.
She said, "Shake my head."
Yeah. Stacey would have said, well, since you guys are playing in the Meadowlands, how do you react to that? That's what she would have said,
Right.
But no, love you, Stace. Love you, Stace. She says, Eddie says Detroit beating Tampa Bay. That's going to be Eddie's lock. Stacey, what is your lock of the week too? Let us know. Dan, you got Eddie's agreeing with you, Detroit there too. So, wow, I can't get no Texans love on a lock of the week, even though Dan picked them for me too. But it's okay.
Sticking with the Niners.
All
right, gentlemen, one more week until we get to the Final Four here. So, and I forgot who it was. Who said? Who said about the Super Bowl picks? I know it's early, but
I think it was Eddie. Was that
Eddie? I think it was Scott Shelton actually.
Scott. It was Scott. Yes, it was Scott.
Real quick, we got another 2 weeks here before the Super Bowl. Real quick, we'll add this every week. Who do you think the Super Bowl prediction is right now?
Oh my
for
gosh.
49ers, Texans.
49ers, Texans. Wow, Dan. Okay.
I'm going.
It's bold, but
It is bold.
What do you got, Dave?
I got Niners, Ravens.
Wow, you're on that Lamar wagon, aren't you?
I am.
Yes,
okay.
he is.
You ready for the shocker?
It's gonna fall off. The wheel's gonna fall off.
You ready?
Well, Lions, Texans.
You read my mind. You read my mind, Dan. You read my mind.
Lions, Texans.
Yep.
He is on that CJ Stroud bandwagon, baby.
No, you know what? I think these two hottest teams, and I think these offenses are ready to play right here. And plus,
you're taking the Lions. You're taking. Are you serious?
Yes, I am taking the Lions. Yeah.
No.
I think this game is a get ready game for the Niners. I really do. This is a get it right game, is what I want to call it.
The Niners are going to be two really good offenses.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, this is a mirror. You think about this: the Lions mirror the Niners. The Niners mirror the Lions here. It's going to be a game where I give credit to Shanahan, of course, being the innovative, veteran leadership coach. But man, I can't go against Dan Campbell because the game's on the line. This son of a bitch will go for two. You know what I mean? He will, and that's something I got to go with. But I want to give you guys whatever team gets to the Super Bowl. You guys want to make money? I'm going to tell you right now, Dave. This bet has hit 90.
I know what it is.
Bet it. Every game. There's only been one time in NFL Super Bowl history the first kickoff has not been a touchback. Bet that it's a touchback every year.
It's a given.
Every year, Dave, I put it in there. I always take it every year.
You know what, Dan? Here's going to happen. I'm going to bet it and I'm going to lose.
Then don't bet it for me. It's been hitting for the last 20 years. Okay?
Don't jinx them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm afraid of.
You are like the damn announcers for the kicker. He's 36 out of 36 on the year, and he can't miss. He's not. This
and
is
he
just
misses.
a
And he hits the post.
This is a chip shot. He's going to break the record, 37 for 37. Here we
Boing.
go. Look at the kick. It's a good hold. It's doink. Well, we jinxed him. That's you, Dave, this week. Watch.
That's definitely me. That's definitely me.
All right, Stacey's got the Lions. All right, she's on your wagon there, Dave. Look at that. She's on your Lions wagon there. Okay.
Lions.
And Eddie, holy shit! You thought mine was bold?
Go Houston. Wow.
No, not go Houston. Green Bay, Houston.
Oh, Green Bay. I thought it said go. Sorry. Green Bay.
Crap.
Green Bay, Houston.
Wow.
Wow, that would be something.
Yeah, that's gutsy, bro.
Imagine this. Seriously, imagine. Not to get off the topic here, real quick. I was doing a little fun, like playing around with some bets this week. Okay, this is what I'm taking. I'm taking the Texans money line, Chiefs money line, Niners money line, Lions money line. That's what I'm taking. But I looked at the Super Bowl odds. If Eddie puts down $5 on the Super Bowl and his teams make it, he's walking away with $140.
There you go.
He has the two lowest seeds making the Super Bowl right there.
No way.
Wow, that's insane. I think it would be a sick Super Bowl. I think it would be too. I tell you what.
I don't think that's what the NFL wants.
Young versus Stroud, that'd be cool.
But Dave, do you want the same teams in there every year, or do you want to see that Cinderella story?
The Ravens haven't been there. The Ravens aren't. When the last time the Ravens were there?
Versus Stroud.
And the reason why I say Cinderella story, what better way to have the fucking Cowboys in there one year? Yeah. That would be the Cinderella story.
Next year.
Don't even say next year, Dave. Don't even say that, okay?
I'm about to say anything.
We're going on 29 freaking years, Dave, okay?
Hey, 30's the magic number.
Yeah, And they said that when I turned 50, 50 was a magical number too, and it's been downhill ever
Hey,
since.
I haven't turned 50 yet, so maybe it's for me. Who knows?
Yeah, okay. Well, let me know how that works out for you, Dave, because it didn't work out very well for me.
No, it did not.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I'll let you know in July.
All right. Then I'll let you know when I turn 53 in June. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Before we get out of here, guys, listen, make sure you reach out to our sponsors out there. 1-800-HURT-123, Jason Fine, Attorney Big Al, Motor Vehicle Act, Slip and Fall, Workers' Comp, Personal Energy Claims, 3 convenient locations throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. First in New Jersey, Cherry Hill, 3 Greensboro Lane. Of course, in Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly love, the frauds, Philadelphia, PA, 1628 JFK, Boulevard Street, 2120. My neck of the woods, Pittsburgh, PA, 500 Grant Street. Reach out to them. No recovery, no fee. Mention out of the box. We take your case with one live operators, 33 and 3%, of course. Got you covered there for all your accidents. Also, get your coffee. It's the weekend. Snow's coming wherever you may be. You want that sip of coffee after you shovel the snow. Evolution Flavor Infused Coffee, Bourbon Chocolate Chip, Toasted Coconut Rum, Samaritan Blend, Organic Crula Florida, and also the newest flavor, Honey Agave, which we'll be putting up this week. Make sure you use promo code OOTB Sports at monkeycoldcoffee.com. While you're there, make sure you reach over to the swag shop, get a t-shirt, get a coffee mug, get a third travel mug, get a K-cup, get a cold beer diffuser, whatever you want, they got you. Make sure you check out the Paradise Rum Cake as well. Great options, great guy. Gives 10% off also to the Pediatric Foundation for Cancer as well. Great foundation, great sponsorship we have with them. So make sure you use promo code OTBS Sports at monkeycoldcoffee.com. So, guys, it's been a hell of a week.
Get your monkeycoldcoffee.com and don't forget to call 1-800-HURT-123 Big Al.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I always say, joking around, but I'm being serious. If you're an Eagles fan out there, you got a case out there. You've been lied to about being a 10-1 team, turned out to be a fraud. Well, you know what? I told Jason this week, we were joking. He's an Eagles fan. I told him, I was like, Jay, I think you need to get licensed in Texas. And he's like, why? And I was like, I've been lied to for 30 goddamn years. Okay, I think I have a case too. So it is what it is. But hey, that's what we do. We try to help each other out here. But the great thing
don't call Big Al, call Big Jer.
God, Big Jer. the big joke himself. I agree. Love and Stroud would have been hot. I would have loved to see that. I would love to see 2 quarterbacks.
Love and Stroud, yeah, that'd be interesting.
I put this in the group chat too. I think these are 2 uprising QBs in the NFL right here. CJ Stroud and Jordan Love for the future right now. The way they're playing, I really do.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be great players.
I mean, maybe down the road, but not now.
Well, Dave, listen, down the road, Jordan Love just beat the shit out of us, so that road has already been he was on the freeway with us, Dave, okay? He's already on the freeway. He ain't on the road. He's on the freeway, brother.
I got you.
Hey, but
I ran over the Cowboys.
We're riding that Lamar train, baby.
Yeah, I think Mike McCarthy thought we were playing somewhere else because his ass didn't get off the bus in the weather. I don't know what he saw with the weather, getting off the bus and going to AT&T Stadium, but
I think Mike got off at the wrong side of the bed on Sunday. That's what happened. Yeah.
His ass should have stayed in bed. Him and Dan Quinn together. Honestly, a shit show. Shit show. But guys, you guys ready to get out of here?
Yes.
All right, guys. Once again, we'll be back on next Thursday night, 6 p.m., giving you all of our, final 8 here, conference semis. We'll be talking about the Final 4, the AFC Championship, the NFC Championship, on the road to the Super Bowl. We'll see who got the locks of the week, who made out this week. Once again, my name is Paul Spencer. That is Dan Connor. That is Dave Yarnell. This is the NFL Weekly Pick'em Show. We'll see you next Thursday, 6 p.m. Until then, have a great weekend. Stay safe. Hope you don't get a lot of snow like I am, but stay safe.
Yep.
So, guys, see you next week, 6 p.m.
Later.